So, my country people, I dey hear say some of Wike's men are pushing against Goodluck Jonathan's presidency. Guys, this is interesting. Let's find out more as we hit the news. But if you're joining us for the first time, you're very much welcome. I sincerely appreciate your presence. Kindly subscribe and please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. Now, there's been a debate that Jonathan or P2B, who will be the best presidential candidate that would come from the south, since it is the turn of the south. Some political stakeholders in the People's Democratic Party, who are very, very loyal to the FCT minister Nyesom Wike, are said to be reportedly pushing for the presidential candidacy of Peter Obi. And according to some sources who spoke with news reporters, the PDP is experiencing fresh internal divisions as its leaders remain split over whether to field the former President Goodluck Jonathan or Peter Obi or even the Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde. Let's not forget that Seyi Makinde is nursing his own personal ambition. Seyi Makinde has told Nigerians that he is fit to run as a president. In fact, he is a capable presidential candidate and may possibly run under the PDP. And his chances of him running under the PDP is quite, reasonable, although not compared to that of Goodluck Jonathan. But many feel he may not run again. And those behind Jonathan argue that he is the only figure within the party capable of giving President Bola Ahmed Tinubu serious challenge, serious headache. But make we no forget, say, even Goodluck Jonathan wife bin come out one time come tell Nigerians say the First Lady Oluremi Tinubu is a very good friend. Mrs. Patience Jonathan, our former First Lady, came out to tell Nigerians that she and her husband cannot run against Oluremi Tinubu because Senator Oluremi Tinubu is a very good friend. And say e go look somehow say she and her husband can't run against Tinubu for 2027. Say e no go make sense. Although we never really hear much from Goodluck Jonathan himself. And there have been a lot of comparisons between Obi and Jonathan. A lot of people are considering these guys as a presidential candidate since, the South has only one term to complete. So Jonathan would run or P2B would run to complete the term of the South before power will now rotate back to the North. Now, Jonathan, who lost to the APC in 2015, about 6 years in office, is constitutionally limited to a single 4-year term if he returns, which many people are still saying, okay, he should come back. Others are saying he shouldn't come back. Peter Obi also picked the Labour Party presidential ticket in the 2023 election. And if Peter Obi should win the election, Obi would have only served one term. Had it been, he emerged under the ADC, he would serve one term. So a top PDP chieftain had told news reporters that many people want Goodluck Jonathan because Goodluck Jonathan is very easy to sell nationwide. Goodluck Jonathan market no be wetin they go need to talk too much. They don't really have to convince a whole lot of people because the nation is quite aware of Jonathan's achievements. We've tasted his administration. So he only has one term left, which the North will somehow find acceptable because the North wouldn't want to give somebody that wouldn't want to hand power over to them in 2031. But Wike's men are pushing against him. They are pushing for Obi. They are pushing for Obi instead to block Jonathan. They know that if Jonathan joins, even Peter Obi will realize that the game is over. So, another zonal leader also said that the divisions reflect a deeper battle over the party's control because currently there seems to be a power tussle in the PDP where some leaders are obviously trying to hijack the party's structures And it seems they have successfully hijacked the party's structures, because currently the PDP is no longer recognized as the main opposition. The ADC is gradually taking over the position of the main opposition in Nigeria, not PDP. Before, it was Labour Party. The Labour Party and the PDP were dragging who is the main opposition. After all, we saw what happened after the 2023 election. So there is an ongoing struggle in the PDP, which so many people have seen. It is not deniable. We are seeing what's going on in the PDP. And the party is already divided. Because if you look back at some weeks back, some leaders, some were saying, well, Obi should come to the party. Later on, we saw that the same PDP leaders were wooing Goodluck Jonathan. They were wooing Goodluck Jonathan, telling Goodluck Jonathan to come to the party even after they've already told Obi to come. So this somehow created division, confusion amongst PDP party leaders, and we all know what happened afterwards. So they cannot be two captains in one ship. They are calling out for Obi, calling out for Jonathan, and it is said that Wike's men are against Jonathan, that they are pushing for Peter Obi instead. Now, when this news came out, I felt they wanted to trap Obi. That them calling Obi to come and join the PDP is just a huge trap. I saw it as a trap to trap Obi, to ensure he doesn't get the ADC ticket, to make sure they split the vote of the ADC. That is what they want to do. Should Obi decide to go back to the PDP tomorrow now, you will see that Atiku may want to run under the ADC. And obviously, should Atiku run under the ADC, what we saw in 2023 will repeat itself again. What we saw in 2023, where votes were splitted, that of Obi and Atiku's votes combined together would have won Tinubu times, would have won Tinubu, they would have won the election. But no, everybody was forming they have capacity, they have structures, because it was a game of political structures back then in 2023. A lot of people were mocking Labour Party, saying they don't have structures at the state level, at the national level, and the same for the PDP. It was all about, party structures. But later on, I think they now realized that it is better to come together than to stand alone. So we started seeing Obi and El-Rufai, Atiku, Amechi, some other leaders, they were coming together to form this ADC coalition. At first, they were talking about ADA, a political party, ADA, All Democratic Alliance. But I guess that ADA was just a smoke screen, to distract INEC and Tinubu and the APC from their actual plans. So guys, what are your thoughts on this? I'm dropping here. Kindly share in the comments section. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Thank you. Bye for now.